beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising. Or for anybody who just wants to hang out with the Magis, the magicians. Gemini, welcome to your September 2018 report. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. And what is going on for you all this month, this powerful, transformative August 2.0 month of Saturn going direct, Pluto going direct, Mars almost coming out of shadow, I believe Mercury will come into Libra. It's a very powerful month, a lot of things shifting, a lot of things moving forward, energy is starting to come back on, we're really starting to move forward, but we still have some things that we got to wrap up. So we just recently had a new moon in Virgo. This was really powerful. This was for you in your fourth house of family, foundation, emotional security, your childhood. So this new moon is really powerful because it's going to actually allow you to create a better foundation for yourself. It's going to allow you to really establish a new sense of emotional connection to yourself and empathy to yourself and for others. Some of you may be actually having new additions to your family. Considering the fact that this is in Virgo, some of you may be getting pregnant this month. Some of you may be, definitely giving birth this month, and your family is going to expand. It's going to grow. It's going to bring in a new phase, a new day-to-day reality. Because obviously, anything that has to do with pregnancy or giving birth, that's going to change your life. Some of you also may even be dealing with the loss of a relative, and this is obviously going to change your life as well. So both are true, and both are very spiritual in nature, but it's going to change your day-to-day reality in a powerful way. Some of you will be connecting with your ancestors. Your ancestors will be wanting to speak to you this month and reaching out to you, and they're going to be reaching out to you through different signs in your surroundings and stuff like that, and different signs in your day-to-day reality. I know, for example, and this happened ever since my cousin told me that my recently passed grandmother did this, but she gets onto her about not cleaning the dishes and not having a clean kitchen. So, and I'm stubborn, so as soon as my cousin told me, and she's a Sagittarius, as soon as she told me, that just opened the door wide open for my grandmother to come to me and start telling me to do the dishes and make sure that I have a clean kitchen and kind of be up my ass about it. And that's just kind of one of those things. It'll happen where they'll definitely come to you and give you advice and really be your guide to help you to move forward, Gemini. Because in many ways, Virgos do represent this level of the angels, because you have Virgo and Libra, where Virgo is really in many ways the earth angels. So your ancestors will be reaching out to you and helping you and guiding you at this time. They may do it in funny ways like that. Like I said, I'm stubborn, so I don't always listen, but when I do listen, my energy does feel better, admittedly. So, and plus, it's just good to keep things clean. So, some of you may even go through some sort of a deep cleaning of your day-to-day reality in your home life. Some of you may be going through a time where you might have like a garage sale as well. You might want to kind of unload yourself and kind of free up some space so you can begin to attract more into your life. This 2-week period between the new moon and the full moon. The full moon happens on, I believe it's the 24th of the month. It's really going to be this opportunity for us to look into the future. But then once we get to this full moon, it's really going to be like this first hurdle into this new world, into this new reality that we're manifesting. And we're having to do some great clearing with this. And this is great because it's going to be in the sign of Aries. So it has to do with our action, the way that we initiate things and move things forward. But it's going to be happening on top of Chiron, also opposing, of course, the sun, which will be within a 3 to 4 degree orb of Mercury. So we're definitely wanting to communicate balance and harmony and wanting to make sure that all parties are taken care of, but we still want to heal ourselves. So this is going to be an opportunity. This full moon for you is going to be your 11th house. So this has everything to do with social contracts, friends. This has everything to do with your service to other people and technology and all that sort of stuff. So I would definitely recommend for you, Gemini, to make sure you get all of your bills and stuff like that paid. If you pay them electronically, that pay them in advance or pay them soon, because that full moon might cause some weird energies. It's a full moon. But at the same time, this is really going to be a great opportunity for you to kind of reach out into the world and expand your network in many ways. It's going to be, it's like I said, it's going to be this opportunity for you to even heal. Some of you may meet up with friends that you haven't seen in years because you've had a fallout, and now actually be the time for you to actually, link back up with that person. And maybe you won't get back to where you were before, but you'll probably be able to hash out whatever it was if, you're established that emotional understanding, that emotional connection. But you might even be able to hash out what happened between you and said individual, and you can be like, yeah, maybe you guys like really, hit it off and you guys become best friends again. Or, you understand, you guys go your separate ways, and maybe you guys text each other a little bit more often now, just to check up on each other and stuff. It's that sort of energy. So it's a very powerful, positive energy for you, because you're giving this opportunity to heal your family and your friends, to heal that whole social sphere. So that's really going to allow you to really feel good about yourself, feel good about the direction you're going, and really you can feel confident moving forward that you will be establishing a reality where you feel more connected, So for the cards that we actually have the card of transition for you, which reads, the frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. You don't necessarily have a problem with transition, Gemini, because you are mutable air, so you're able to kind of move and be changeable and adapt to your surroundings. You're one of the best signs at adapting to things. But at the same time, I think this full moon, which is in your 11th house, which the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, which is a fixed air sign, there are some fixations that you have that are going to be healed during that full moon. That's going to allow you to let go and transition into the next step. Right now, we do have the Star card. This is the card of Aquarius. Oh my goodness. You see how perfectly that came? You see how that worked out? This is why I love this work. This is seriously going to be a great opportunity for you to really tap into your divine self, to really tap into the fact that you are a star. You are a beautiful star child. Don't you know this? Don't you know that you are a beautiful star child, Gemini? Oh boy. Beneath that card is the Seven of Wands. So I think what's going to be happening is that some of you are going to be wanting to mend certain relationships, and they might be throwing your shit back in your face. What you want to do, Gemini, and I'm giving you permission to do this, and I don't really need to give you permission to do this because you'll do it anyways, but put yourself on blast before they do, because then they won't have anything to smear your name with. They won't have anything to slander with you with if you put yourself on blast before they do. Now, the reason why I said they're going to try and bring your shit up to you is because it is going to be conjuncting Chiron, so they're going to be looking to the past about old behaviors and old ways of being. They're going to bring up that time when you were 8 and you stole from your mom's purse and you tried to deny it and you got caught, but really you just wanted that candy bar and she took it away from you, and you're upset that you didn't get to taste that candy bar because there was a girl that you liked at school or a boy that you liked at school that gave you a piece of their candy bar, and you fell in love with that person, and then getting that candy bar, you saw your mom took it and you had made a mistake earlier that day, you got told for something else, so she took away the candy bar that she had bought for you, but the only reason why you wanted that candy bar is because it reminded you of that person at school that you liked and had a crush on. I can only channel something like that if I'm doing a Gemini video. I can only do that for you, Gemini. Like, I can only do that for you, but stay in your grounds and stand on your truth. Beneath that, we have the Queen of Wands, so you have the power to manifest anything. And it's actually going to kind of bring up a bit of this softening energy to the way that you manifest things and the way that you begin to initiate certain projects in this new life that you're creating for yourself. Bottom of the deck, we have is the Two of Wands in reverse. So you're kind of confused on what direction to go. And that's because you're holding yourself back. The Nine of Swords, there's a lot of signs holding themselves back. And it's interesting, but you have this card of transition. So it's like you have no choice but to surrender to the process. I think once you surrender to the process and kind of come out of your head a bit, which is funny because you're always in your head. But Gemini, once you come out of your head a bit and come into your heart, which is really what the universe is asking you to do, you're really going to know which way to go. You're going to know what path to take. But the first thing is first is that you have to see these swords as, well, A, it's just a perception that they're there. Really, the window of opportunity is always open for you. You can move through. You can have that beautiful life. You can have that beautiful relationship. You can have that beautiful dream job or dream car, or whatever it is. You just have to get out of your own way. The Nine of Swords with the Two of Wands here is you have to get out of your own way. Let's see what else we have in store for you, Gemini, for this month of September 2018. Let's see. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Wow, okay. We just got a bunch of cards that just fell out, so this is interesting. This is interesting. So it kind of goes back to that story that I just ranted about your childhood. We have the Ten of Cups. We have Judgment. I've been pulling Judgment for a lot. Like for the last, like Aries got it, Aquarius got it. I'm not sure if Sag got it, but I pulled Judgment for 3 different signs. I know Aries got it, and I know Aquarius got it. So if you happen to be cross-watching, this is really important for those 2 signs, or if you have energies in those signs. We have the Two of Swords, we have Temperance, and we have the Six of Cups. So there is definitely some sort of blast from the past that's happening, and this is probably based off of that new moon that's happening in your 4th house, as I've said, right? So what I feel like is happening here is that the Judgment card is aspects of your past self or even your ancestors coming back to tell you that you can have this Ten of Cups energy if you really want, that you really can feel fulfilled. It's coming back and kind of letting you know this is what you're doing right now that's causing you to feel this way, or that's leading you towards this particular direction. And you have to, and if in order for you to shift your reality so you can move in the direction that you really want to do, you have to get out of your own way. This is Two of Swords, so you were like blocking yourself, you were checkmating yourself from even going any further in new ways. And it's just more of a stalemate, so it's not even like you're checkmating yourself, it's just like a stalemate. It's a block, it's a blockade going on here. But we do have the card of Temperance. So this is speaking to, Sagittarius got this card too. So this is speaking to, and it's funny, that's actually kind of great because Sagittarius is your opposite sign. Temperance, this is really speaking to you looking at your reality and morphing it, alchemizing it, realizing that you could turn the positive into the negative, and the negative into a positive, this is a moment for you to really, in many ways like Sagittarius, become the alchemist, but of course in your own unique way, in a different way. The Six of Cups here, I really see this as there are aspects of your past that you have to kind of go back and face, okay? And when you go back and face these aspects of your past and you change and alter your perception on what happened then and make it work for you and uplift you, then automatically this is going to like release, and you'll be able to go through the Nine of Swords here. You're not going to feel blocked anymore, and the Two of Wands, you'll know where to go, and you won't even necessarily have to feel like you have to defend yourself with the Seven of Wands. You may still do it because you don't have a problem with speaking your truth and just being that person, but it's like the moment that you go back into the past and you look at it and you work on it and you heal it and you move forward, it's just going to be like one gate after another just comes up, up, up. You're going to be walking through as these gates come up. It's almost like you're sitting there just waiting, but the moment that he's like, you know what, the past is the past. And it's okay. It's okay if I didn't get that candy bar. It's okay if I wasn't able to tell what's her face or what's his face that, hey, I had a piece of that candy bar and it made me think of you and stuff like that. But, you didn't get a taste of that candy bar because you got in trouble with your parents because you did something else. Probably were messing with your siblings or something like that. Who knows? That person may come back into your life this week, Gemini. You have no, like that person could very well come back into your life this month. Like, some of you might be married to that person. Oh my goodness. I'm having too much fun with your reading, Gemini. I really do. I have fun with all the readings, but that's just, I could only seriously channel something like that for you, Gemini. I really could. But it's all in good taste. It's all in good fun because I feel like here it's like it's not even some, yeah, you're kind of accepting that, you know, you are in a very transitory position in your life, and everyone is. But this for you is coming at a really foundational place, So it's really allowing you to kind of develop, you know, this wisdom in many ways. A lot of cards just fell, but it's going to allow you to develop this wisdom in a way, and people are going to be kind of looking at you for that. We do have the Lovers card here in reverse. This is your card. I'm interested to know why it's in reverse, though. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, too. So some of you may be finding yourselves in a relationship that is not really working out. And maybe this is actually based off the things that might have happened in your childhood, and you having to revamp the way that you look at your childhood. Like, kind of like with the reading that I did with Aries, you may be projecting onto your partner certain situations and certain things that might have happened to you, and they may not be living up to your expectations. I want to draw one more card for that energy because I think that's pretty interesting. We do have the Queen of Cups. So the way that this works out is through compassion and love and understanding, emotional understanding. Because I don't think this is a bad thing. I don't think that you are, so those of you who are coupled, unless it's like really abusive, unless it's like really, really terrible, I don't think there's a reason to split with this person. I think you can make it through. There might be some difficult times ahead. There may be some unfortunate things that happen. Maybe like you're set back this month by certain, like something happens, I don't know, maybe like, you know, someone gets into an accident or something and they have to go to the hospital, or something might come up. Some of you might get cheated on. I don't want to really cast that energy out there, but the way that you make it through this is through compassionate love and understanding. I don't really think it's going to be the cheating thing. I think it's more or less, maybe there's something that kind of comes up randomly and it kind of throws you guys for a loop, but you guys will actually be stronger for it if you actually move through and kind of maintain that unconditional love, because you have the Ten of Cups here. So it's not like you're unhappy, Gemini. And it's not like, especially if you're in a relationship, it's not like you're like just totally unhappy, unless, like I said, the relationship is very abusive and your partner does like not pay attention to you at all. Like, say they're like a workaholic, or they like physically abuse you, mentally abuse you, emotionally abuse you, and you know, like, unless it's like a serious thing, I don't think you're like unhappy. I just think that you're kind of harping on things that happened in your past and in your childhood that are just going to naturally come up during this time. They're just going to naturally present themselves in this month. There's some type of experience, you're going to be reminded of it, and it's going to actually give you an opportunity to heal it, which is going to free up so much of your energy. You're going to feel such a weight lifted off your shoulder because of it. We have the Seven of Cups appearing, so this is really opening up so many doors and options for you, so much to explore. In the bottom of the deck that we have, those two cards wanted to come together, okay. The bottom of the deck we actually have is the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. Now this is really interesting because this speaks to the celebration, and the Six of Wands kind of speaks to arriving and being celebrated. So what I see this as is, I think this full moon is really going to humble you, Gemini. I think it's really going to humble you because it's going to be like you are certainly wanting to celebrate and celebrate yourself, especially. I think what's happening here is you are moving into a time where you are really trying to establish some more peace and calm in your home life, and you're just wanting it to, like, you've been going through quite a bit of shit, Gemini. Let's be real. You've been going through quite a bit of stuff. And now it's going to be time for you to kind of like, okay, like, when am I going to have like a nice little breakthrough? When am I going to catch a break? You know, the Six of Wands in reverse is not saying, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, it's like a planet that's in retrograde or in shadow. You're just going through a review period. And this could be even you looking at victories in the past, or you looking at certain victories that you have now and not really being proud of those victories, not really being proud of how far you've come, because you've come very far, Gemini. You really have. And this is a reason to celebrate. So look at your victories, celebrate your victories, celebrate the small victories. Gemini, that's going to be really important for you. Celebrate the small victories. Like, it's like for those of you who say that you are, say that you're having bad anxiety and you're depressed, celebrate that you wake up. Celebrate that you got out and fixed yourself a nice breakfast for a change. Because maybe sometime this month, maybe one of the weeks, you get up and make yourself a nice breakfast, and it's the first time you've done that for yourself in a week. Celebrate that breakfast. Maybe you decide to link up with a friend, and you've been kind of a hermit. You link up with a friend that you haven't seen in a while, and y'all have a good time. And even though you're in that state, you let them in a bit. You kind of tell them what you're going through, and they even kind of connect with you and kind of confirm that they're going through similar stuff. Celebrate the small victories. What's another small victory that you could celebrate? There's so many. Put your hands on your heart. That's a really good one. Celebrate the small victories. And you're taking your steps day by day. You're getting there. This is a moment of celebration. Some of you guys are going to get married this month. Some of you guys are going to get married to that person who you had a crush on since you were 8 years old, and that can be scary. So some of it is it could be just scary moving into a new reality. It can be scary having a new day-to-day reality that really is centered around your home and your sense of security. But this is also a great moment for you to step into, quite frankly, a very beautiful future, a very beautiful now. And that starts, of course, with acknowledging that you are the star of your reality. That is it for your reading, Gemini. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to the AquarianAdepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.